Is life insurance through another organization, such as your job or a bank, any good?
That's a fantastic question, and we see this a lot. So, any type of life insurance that you get through a middleman, right? Because normally a life insurance policy, if you got a good policy, is an actual legal contract. People don't realize that. So a good life insurance policy is a legal contract between you and the life insurance company that the state that you live in legally enforces. So, if we're in Florida now, but if you have a life insurance policy and one that you actually own, a good type of life insurance, that's a legal contract. So if you pass away, that life insurance company does not uphold that contract, the state of Florida, whatever state you're in, will enforce that. So that's really, really, really good news. The problem is when you add a third party in there, like your job or a bank or something like that, now that's called group life insurance. That's the technical name for it because you only have it because you are a member of that group. Sometimes it's free, sometimes you pay for it. It really doesn't matter whether you pay for it or not. There's this big misconception in America that if I pay for something, I own it. And I know you deal with that a lot with people in debt. Oh, I'm making a payment, so I own it. Well, stop making a payment, see what happens, right? So, but anyway, so even if you're paying for it with group life insurance, it is not a legal contract. So we know this because if you, first of all, you never usually get any type of paperwork on it. If you do, that paperwork is called a certificate of insurance, not a policy. That's a big difference. You are called a certificate holder, meaning I got a piece of paper. That's all that means, versus I'm a policy owner. This is the actual terminology, and terminology matters. And you don't have what's called a policy number. You have what's called a certificate number or a group number, and that lets you know that you do not own it. So there's the first issue. You don't own it. It's not legally enforceable. And because it is a benefit of being a member of that bank or a member of that company or an employee of that company, because it is a benefit, what happens to your benefits if you no longer work there? Well, you lose them. Or what happens to your benefits if they no longer want to offer it? You lose it. And you have no say so, no recourse, because again, it's not a legal document and you don't own anything. So the only time you would actually want to keep a policy like that is if it's free. Now, don't rely on it. Like, don't add that into, oh, this is how much life insurance total I have. No, do not count on that because odds are it's not going to pay out. Okay. But if it's free, sure, why not keep it? But you need to make sure that you have a good life insurance policy that you own outside of that. The only time that I see people where group coverage is their only option is if they have health issues where they can't have an actual legal life insurance policy. Then group coverage at least is something, and something is better than nothing. But for the most part, no, we don't advise people to have group life insurance.
Thanks. That's really informative. I know everybody I work with is like, oh, I have insurance through work. And so this is great information. Thank you.